What's going on, guys? It's Mark back in the workshop on Mark's Aquatics, enjoying my well-deserved coffee after feeding about 400 goldfish, which we've got in a little tank next to me on that you guys watched in the last video, the ones that you saw in the last video. So on this video we're going to be talking about the this JBL huge monster filter that they sent me for the Paludarium behind you, which is going to be running because we're going to have a lot of goldfish in there. I said to you I was going to put those all in, and so we're going to be needing some super filtration. Now they're only young at the moment, so we're going to have to put on some little filter heads and things to stop them all getting sucked into the filter. But we've got all that in the workshop here. We've got millions of sponges and all that kind of stuff. It's the 1902. I'll show you the box in a minute. And but I have a job for you guys. Okay. Now then, one of my subscribers got in touch with me and said that one of the subscribers on the channel here and called Sand Creek Aquatics. Okay, that's Sand Creek Aquatics. Now sadly this gentleman has passed away, and he was a pillar in their little community for all their little wet pets and fishy things that they got up to, and he's been really sorely missed. And what he genuinely wanted, exactly like I did when I first started, was just 1,000 subscribers, and he would have been seriously happy. Now sadly he hasn't made that. He's only on to 600 subscribers, or maybe just over, and sadly he's passed away, which is a real shame, and my heart goes out to your friends and family. Okay, and it's one of them things that comes to us all. But what I want you guys to do is go and look up Sand Creek Aquatics, and let's get him up to his 1,000 subscribers that he always wanted. Okay, that'll mean a huge thing to his family probably, and it's something that I like to do to help out fellow aquarists as well. So make sure you do that. We get a few thousand views on each of my videos now, so all you got to do is just, as you know, just go in there, subscribe to his channel, bless him, and get him up to that 1,000 target that he always wanted. Okay, right, now I'm going to swing the camera around, or swing it around I should say, and we can get into this massive filter and get it unboxed and get it working on the Paludarium behind me. Okay, don't forget to subscribe. Right, okay guys, now there's the box. It's massive. It's the E1902. This thing's got wheels on, it's that big, and as it said on the box, it's good for anything from 200 to 800 litres on the box. 36 watts of energy to run this guy, multi-chambers, and it's going to hold a lot of water, that's for sure, which is going to be absolutely perfect for this Paludarium. So let's get it unboxed. Right, okay guys, it's all out the box. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chambers there. Now the bottom one is run with micromech, which is a ceramic media, small balls in the bottom, and the rest are different sponges all the way to the top. And the way the filter works is the water comes in on the top onto that strainer there. That takes out all the bigger particles and rubbish. Then the water comes down through the side. If you see, the sides are a little bit wider. The water draws down the sides and then back up through the media, and then back out again, back into your tank. Okay, super strong construction, as all JBL stuff is, real quality gear. We've got the spray bar there, we've got the inlet and the outlet there, all our pipes here, okay, and all our little suckers and connectors in there. We've got a screw on the tops there where the pipes go on, 2 releases there, and a flow regulator switch in the middle, which you lift up and down to regulate the flow in your tank. Okay, so it couldn't be any simpler. There's lots of different medias out there that JBL do, and other products as well, BioHome, that my mate Richard from Pond Guru sells, which is extremely good media. So hit him up on his website if you want to fill this up, and I think he's actually done a video on pimping this filter itself on his channel as well, so go and check that out if you get 5 minutes, and he'll show you how to rig it up and pimp it as only Richard can do. So sort that all out now. I'm going to stick that on, I'm going to rig it all up on the Paludarium, and then we'll press play and see how this little filter runs and see what sort of flow rates we get. Okay, right, okay guys, it's all set up, and I've added 2 of these as well. These are filter starts, beneficial bacteria, okay, which JBL sent me as well. I'll stick a link to the description if you want some of this. This is fantastic stuff after a water change, general maintenance, things like that, where you've given your filter a good clean out, and obviously you strip bacteria out when you do that. But by adding this back into your filter media before you put it all back together, fill it up with water again, it's going to put millions of bacteria back into your filter and help it on its way again recover. So we've gone up there with the pipe work for now. Now I'm going to put this underneath by my RO machine, but I thought I'd set it up here so you guys could see it. We've gone up, we've gone into the tank. Now I've put a big square block of foam on the end of there. It's quite coarse because we don't want the baby goldfish going in there. And I've put the spray bar on, which is running right the way down the length, or sorry, the width of the paludarium itself. And as you can see, we've got a really nice little flow rate now coming each side of that log, travelling down the full length of the paludarium, which is looking rather splendid, I think, today. The mosses are growing absolutely brilliantly. Look at that. Got that dripping wall there. It keeps all that ivy and all the other bits and the ferns and the mosses all nice and moist, and with that lighting keeps it growing really nicely. I've given it a water change. Obviously the filter's taking quite a few litres of water to fill it up, but I've drained down to nearly half. I've got quite a bit of wood in there, so you can see the tannins are coming out. But if you want to get rid of tannins, guys, just add some activated carbon into your filter, or even a bag in a high flow rate area, and that will clear those tannins up and give you nice crystal clear water. But I'm not too fussed on a bit of tannins in the water. But look at that, coming on brilliantly. Now if you'll notice, a lot of the minnows have gone. Now they weren't settling in here. I lost a couple, and I've still got two in there. I've kept two. If you see those little guys there zipping about, now they're quite happy. I've added some tench as well. They're hiding at the moment, and all the stone loaches are hiding in amongst the stones at the moment because I've just been messing around in there. But they're all doing really well. But the minnows didn't tend to settle enough. I don't think there was enough flow rate for them. They probably would have been now with that, and with that added sponge on the end there. But I took them back to the river and they're quite happily swum away. They'll probably join back up with their friends again. And it's just down the road from me, so there was no real effort taking them back. But that's the other filter running, which is fully cycled on the other end there, my little fluval filter there, which is filling up as well as the back filtration system full of biohome as well. So we've got masses of filtration on here now because of all these little goldfish, which I'll show you now. Look at that lot. There's hundreds of them in there. We've got the brine shrimps on the go. Lots and lots of those in there, freshly hatched out this morning. You can see them all this side, all going for the light from the paludarium. And like I've said before, guys, if you want to catch brine shrimp, do it at night. Put a torch there and they'll all go for the light, and then you can just put a bit of airline in and suck them all out, and leaves the egg cases floating on the surface. Okay, it's a lot easier to get them out. You end up putting loads of egg cases in the tank as well, which looks a bit unsightly because nothing eats them. But look at all these little goldfish. They're going to look absolutely fantastic in there. I think I'll put some in and see if I can get you some close-up footage of them feeding. Right, I've got the brine shrimps. Don't forget to run the salt briny water off of these. Rinse it in a bit of tank water or even under the tap just to get that salt off, and then I just dip that in there, give it a light little wave around like that. Be careful not to net any of the little goldfish out, and then close the lid up, and then hopefully you might see them picking away at those little brine shrimps when they sink down a bit deeper. You can see they've got orange bellies from that feed that they had earlier on this morning. You can see they're starting to take shape already, starting to fill out, and I found it's the best way to bring up baby goldfish is from live foods. You get big, stronger, healthier fish that way than relying on egg yolks and things. You don't keep the water that clear. You can see them there, they're tucking into those lovely, look. And they're going to thoroughly enjoy it in the paludarium. I'm going to keep them in here for maybe a week, but as you can see, there is that many of them. They're soon going to grow, and that sponge filter is not going to be able to contain that amount of nitrate being built into the water. Well, we've got 6 feet there, ready for them to have a good old swim around in and grow up nicely, and I think it's going to be exciting to see them grow up in there. Right guys, I'll just give you a little picture of the box. That's what you get in the box. It's better showing you this way, the way it all goes together, how many chambers you've got. Obviously you've got the power head at the top there, you've got the first sponge tray, double sponges tray. There's no end of sponges, and the micro mech media at the bottom there. But there's all these other different ones. You can add you can add the carbon in there, the carbo mech, the Phos EX Ultra, that's for getting rid of your phosphates, clear mech, nitro, oh no, nitrate EX, sorry, I'm trying to look through the camera and on the box. You've got the micro mech and the tall mech. Okay, all these different things that you can put in there, like I said, or you can go for a completely different media, but this has got a massive capacity here. It really has, like I said, anywhere from 200 to 800 litres, and that is how it all stacks in. And you can see the way that filter goes there, comes down through there, around the sides, back up through the middle, and returns to your tank. I'll put a link in the description for these as well. Huge thank you to JBL for sponsoring this video and giving me this amazing filter, which is going to keep those goldfish absolutely spot on, because they're dirty little fish. They like to create a lot of waste, as we know, or if you didn't know, they do create a lot of waste. Here's the front picture of the box. 36 watts, so it's very energy efficient to run as well. There's all the specs on the top, so you can go on there, look out what you need, the different size filters, wattages, gallonage, all that kind of stuff, litres per hour, so you can freeze frame that and check out the size of the one that you want for your tank. Amazing build quality, JBL. Always used them in the past, and they've done me proud yet again and sponsored me this beautiful filter. Again, thank you very much, and please don't forget to go and subscribe to Sand Creek Aquatics. Okay, that's Sand Creek Aquatics. That poor lad passed away and all he wanted to do was reach 1,000 subs, so let's make his dream come true, even though he's not with us anymore. And I'll go back and check and see how he's getting on. Let's do it for him, and if he's watching from above, let's make him proud. Anyway guys, as always, love you loads, take care, and I'll see you on the next episode of Marks Aquatics. Bye for now. Oh, I love that filter.